Hi friends, very good morning to all of you and welcome to YA Educational Academy. Right friends, in this session we are going to discuss an article that is appeared in the IDSA, and the article is India EU partnership, can the unfulfilled potential be realized? Friends, this article has been written by Ashok Sajjanar. He is the former ambassador for various countries, Kazakhstan, Sweden and Latvia. Right friends, we will see the article in detail. Friends, we will try to understand uh, the background of the article. Friends, the 16th India European Union Summit meeting was planned to take place in Porto, Portugal on May 8th. Friends, that is today. Friends, now today the session will be held virtually. Friends, here the Honorable Prime Minister will get an opportunity to interact with leaders of all 27 EU members, and the uh, as well as he will get a chance to meet with Charles Michel, the President of European Council, and as well as Ursula von der Leyen, and President of the European Commission. Right friends, both India and EU have been key to maintain the momentum in their bilateral interactions despite the challenges posed by the pandemic. Right friends, these two sides, for instance, met in a virtual format in July 2020, that is for 15th India EU summit. Right friends, India and EU interactions have taken place in the context of a challenging geopolitical situation, that is due to rise of China on one hand and the decline of multilateralism on the other. So there are two challenging situations. One is rise of China and the second one is decline of multilateralism. Right friends, first we will see the aspect of trade and investment. Friends, the EU is India's largest trading partner and the largest investor in India. Friends, one of the most significant areas that both sides should focus on is to unblock the discussions on bilateral trade and investment agreement. Friends, actually the discussions have been started in 2006 at the 7th India EU summit. Friends, the when the discussions have been started, the plan was to reach an agreement by 2009. Friends, this could not be realized partly due to the global economic slowdown in 2008. Friends, subsequently, discussions came to a grinding halt in 2013 as positions of the two sides on market access issues in goods and services. Friends, India was concerned about the imports from European Union in the sectors of automobiles and as well as alcoholic beverages, and European Union, it was concerned about the movement of the skilled professionals into the European Union. So friends, because of these concerns, the agreement could not could not could not be realized. Friends, India and the European Union at their July 2020 virtual summit decided to set up a ministerial group to break this logjam. Friends, similarly, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal got an opportunity to meet and discuss with the EU Commissioner for Trade. So these are some of the measures to unblock the trade talks once again. Right, friends? It needs to be recognized that the issues which engage the attention of the negotiators in the initial stages of discussions are very different from the critical issues today. So friends, the discussions when they were started, the entire background is different. Now the things have changed. Friends, the changed aspects range from data privacy and security, innovation, artificial intelligence, 5G, supply chain resilience, and investment security, technical technical standards. So these all new issues have come up ever since the talks have been started. So the background has completely changed now. Friends, one more thing we should keep in mind, that the United Kingdom, which was vehemently opposing the movement of excuse me friends, the movement of Indian professionals into European Union, is no longer part of the European Union now, because of the Brexit. It has exited the European Union. Friends, it is reported that the two sides are considering entering into a mini trade deal to pluck some of the low hanging fruits while continuing discussions on a comprehensive trade agreement. Friends, this is a good development. I mean, wherever possible, the both the parties should engage and try to conclude a trade deal, and where there is no agreement, that issues can be sorted out later. So friends, when it comes to mini trade deal, apart from the European Union, India is also considering concluding a mini trade deal with United States of America. Correct, friends? This would appear to be the prudent approach at this stage, when the appetite for taking ambitious and bold decisions on both sides would be limited. Right, friends? The second important aspect is convergence on the Indo-Pacific region. Friends, the Indo-Pacific has gained global salience, with the US, India, Japan, Australia, ASEAN, and several EU countries, including France, Germany, and the Netherlands, sharing their vision for this dynamic region. So, for all these countries, the Indo-Pacific region has become very important. Friends, there is increasing convergence on the need to maintain a free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific based on a rules-based international order, with peaceful resolution of disputes according to the tenets of the international law, that is UNCLOS. Right, friends? The EU could consider creating an EU-wide Indo-Pacific approach, which is progressive and forward-looking. Friends, EU can have a policy approach, Indo-Pacific approach, taking into consideration about this region. Right, friends? If it is not possible, means if the EU cannot come up with a policy approach, countries that have significant interest in the peace and security in the region could get actively associated with the deliberations to enhance on common objectives. Right, friends? Countries like France, for instance, could get associated with Quad activities in a formal or an ad hoc manner. So there is Quad, which includes India, United States of America, Japan, and Australia. So interested European Union countries can engage with this group of countries. Right, friends? This will provide greater substance to the desire and aspiration of the EU to become a geopolitical entity of standing. Right, friends? In addition to discussions on maritime security, an agreement on which was reached at the July 2020 summit is the two sides also need to focus on other issues like emerging technologies, health security, cyber security, crisis prevention, military to military exchanges, and joint connectivity projects in third countries to strengthen their partnership. Friends, India and Japan's growth corridor that related to Africa. So European Union and India can also try and invest in such kind of projects. Right, friends? The third important aspect is strengthening multilateral institutions, whether it could be WHO, World Health Organization, or United Nations Organization. Right, friends? Multilateral institutions are some of the hardest hit by the pandemic. The UN Security Council has failed to function effectively for quite some time, but its abject failure during the pandemic has been most standing. So the United Nations Security Council, it has failed miserably in addressing the pandemic related concerns. I mean, in the situation of the pandemic, it really failed to deliver the goods. Right, friends? Both India and the European Union are strong votaries of effective and reformed multilateralism. They should invigorate their engagement for reform of the United Nations, particularly the Security Council, so that it can be expanded and India, along with others, can occupy their rightful place in it. So, friends, India has every right to join, get a place in the United Nations Security Council, and as a democratic union or a group of the democratic countries, European Union can help India in achieving that. Getting a seat at the United Nations Security Council. Right, friends, when it comes to WHO, the World Health Organization has been found severely wanting in fulfilling its mandate. So the WHO has come into a lot of criticism the way it dealt with the COVID-19 pandemic. Right, friends, this has become even more evident after the futile visit of the WHO team to China to find the source of the coronavirus. Means it could not come to a conclusion that the coronavirus has actually emerged in the Wuhan. Right, friends? The other important aspect is climate change. Friends, it is another burning issue where added push needs to be given to global cooperation to meet the ever-growing challenge. Hence, India has taken far-reaching steps in meeting its commitments under the Paris Accord. It is encouraging that EU has also joined the Paris Agreement and appointed John Kerry as its lead negotiator on this important issue. Friends, as you all know, the several European Union countries have declared net zero emissions by 2050. So apart from achieving their own net zero goals, the European Union can assist India in reducing the greenhouse gas releases and adopting the more and more greener technologies. Right, friends? The other very important aspect and the fourth aspect is China's, dealing with an aggressive China. And Chinese aggression, friends, we can understand by various actions it has done in the recent past. One is its aggression against India that led to the loss of lives at Galwan Valley, and the amassing of troops and military equipment on the Indo-Tibetan border in violation of agreements signed by it. So, friends, this is against its aggression against India, and its threatening posture against Japan in the East China Sea. Friends, repeated violations of air defense identification zone of Taiwan, and it is said that China is planning to occupy the islands that are situated or located in the Strait of Taiwan. Right, friends? Apart from its flagrant violation of human rights in East Turkestan, that in Xinjiang province, Tibet, Hong Kong, and South Mongolia stand out. So the human rights record of China is also not good. Right, friends? China's muscle flexing in the South China Sea by occupying and militarizing islands and the exclusive economic zone belonging to the other littoral countries in violation of international law. It's a so-called wolf warrior diplomacy, and proclaiming a charter of 14 demands vis-a-vis Australia are elements of its increasing belligerent behavior that should rile India and the EU, who are strongly in favor of a rule-based international order. Friends, it is clear. It is repeatedly violating the exclusive economic zone of the many, Asian countries, especially Philippines, and also it's a 14 charter of a charter of 14 demands against Australia, because Australia wanted that China be held responsible for the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic. So because of all these developments, the Chinese aggression should encourage India and European Union to come together and try to work for a rules-based international order. Right, friends? China has been trying to spread the false narrative that its system has been eminently successful in dealing with the health and economic crisis unleashed by the pandemic, while democracies have failed miserably at handling it. So, what China is trying to portray is the communist regime perpetrated by it is the actually the successful model, not the democratic model, and it is portraying that the democracies across the world have failed to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Right, friends, this is even as China has tried to hide details of the coronavirus outbreak when it first erupted in Wuhan in November 2019, and subsequently did not accept responsibility for its acts of commission and omission in this regard. Right, friends? China's perverse manipulation of the geo-economic architecture by weaponizing its dominance of the supply chains in pharmaceuticals and medical equipment. So it is weaponizing the supply chains. Right, friends? It is ironically exposed the overdependence of many countries on China. This has brought home to the world that it is not a trustworthy partner. So all these developments have brought out the fact that China is not a trustworthy partner, especially so in the grave and troubling situations like these. Right, friends? Countries are actively devising methods to create alternative sources of supply in which India could be a reliable and credible partner. So here India gets an opportunity to become a part and parcel of the global supply value chains. So friends, this is also goes well with the India's Atmanirbharta program and as well as Make in India for the World initiative. Alright, friends, it is disquieting that China has been trying to sow dissensions within the EU by promoting the 17 plus initiative, friends, focusing on the central and eastern European countries. So by focusing on central and eastern European countries, China is trying to bring in fissures within the European Union. Friends, the conclusion of comprehensive agreement on investment on the last day of German presidency on December 30, 2020, this has sent confusing signals to the world about EU's interest and commitment to push back against Chinese authoritarian policies. So by concluding a comprehensive agreement on investment, the group has sent confusing signals about containing China. Friends, this is seen by several analysts as an attempt by China to create fissures in the transatlantic partnership. Right, friends? Chinese belligerence in its neighborhood and beyond has clearly brought out that it will not hesitate to employ military means to achieve its political, strategic, and economic objectives. Friends, to achieve its goals, China is not at all, will not go back when it comes to using the military power. So, this is a dangerous and grave situation. Friends, it becomes imperative, therefore, that like-minded entities like India and EU, along with others like US, Japan, Australia, France, and the UK, act in concert to protect their core interests as well as promote common objective. So, friends, in this context, all the democratic powers, especially the middle powers or democratic powers like India and the European Union, along with other democratic powers, should come together and try to fight the aggression by China. Right, friends, to conclude, India and the EU with 1.3 billion and 450 million people respectively are the largest democratic spaces in the world and natural allies Friends, India and the European Union are natural allies, and because their interests generally match. Friends, these countries also adhere to and promote rule of law within their own territories and as well as in the world. Friends, India and the EU stand on the threshold of an opportunity to ramp up their engagement to promote peace, security, and prosperity domestically, regionally, and globally. So, friends, this is a great opportunity for countries like India and the European Union, which are middle powers and as well as the democratic powers, to come together and promote global peace, security, and prosperity domestically, regionally, and as well as globally. Right, friends, this is it from this article. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Have a good day.